yet another home automation project, but this time we are using MQTT protocol on a Node-RED dashboard. That means using the single Node-RED dashboard, we'll be able to control multiple devices, maybe it's ESP32 Node MCU board via MQTT protocol. So if you're interested in learning this, stick around, let's get started. Okay, so before starting this video, let's just thank the sponsor of this video, which is the LTM. Okay, so LTM is a PCB designer based software company, and if I tell you one very interesting, very unique and very useful feature of this software, then this software allows you to make any angle routing. Now what does that mean and how it will be useful? So in some electronic components which have uneven and closely packed pin spacing, it's not possible to make a 45-degree path angle of the route all the time. So LTM allows you to make any angle routing paths in between the pins, and in the end just make them smooth to look like one single route. Isn't that the most useful and interesting and handy feature provided by the software? I think it is, and well, you can also try this and many other features of the LTM PCB designer software by just clicking on the link in the description. Yes, by clicking that link, you will be able to access the free trial version of this software, and if you find that interesting and useful, well, you can make the purchase of this software later on. So go ahead and try the free trial version of the LTM PCB designer software. So we are gathered here to make our own home automation project using the MQTT protocol via Node-RED dashboard, and in that we will be able to send and receive the data from multiple devices on a single dashboard. Okay, so that's the agenda. So we will start with the hardware introduction. Okay, so for this project I'm going to use two of my previous projects. One is this Node MCU based like multiple sensors and multiple appliances project, whose link is mentioned in this I button. Just go check it out. This is one of the projects in which I'll be able to control 4 appliances, and I will also be able to monitor temperature and humidity sensors data, the DST sensors data. Okay, so this is one of the projects. And the second project is the internet and manual home automation based on ESP32 board, whose link is also in the I button, so do check it out. So that's the second project in which I will be able to control 4 appliances, 4 relays onto that ESP32 board. Okay, so these two projects I'm going to use, and if you want the exact same PCB which I'm using for these projects, then you can definitely get it for free by just purchasing the techiesms merchandise. Yes, go ahead, click the link in the description and purchase techiesms merchandise. Select the favorite PCB or that you want, and you'll get those PCBs for free. Okay, so that was all about the hardware part, hardware introduction, you can say. We won't be, I didn't put much time in it because that was already covered in some other videos. Rather, I will put more time in explaining you how the software things work, how the coding and how the Node-RED web interface, how to make that. Okay, for this particular project I'll put more time on that particular thing. First of all, let's just start with the Node-RED web interface. Okay, so here is the Node-RED web interface, and here is the complete flow that will be utilized for this particular video for the project that we are going to make right now. Okay, well, you don't need to make this complete flow from scratch. Rather, I will provide you this what we can say the JSON formatted file, which looks something like this. Okay, you just need to copy this particular file. Okay, after that, just click here, click on import, just paste this file, click on import, and you'll get this complete flow onto your Node-RED web interface. And this JSON file is attached into the GitHub repository, whose link you can find in the description. Okay, so you don't need to make this completely from scratch. Don't put the efforts on that. Okay, so I will explain you what changes you need to make in order to use this particular project. First of all, we need to configure the MQTT node. Before that, let me guide you that you'll require 2 external node palettes to be installed for using this particular flow. First is the Node-RED dashboard. Okay, now to get those node palette, you just need to click here, click on manage palettes, click on install, and here just search for Node-RED-dashboard and just click here on the install button, and this will be installed on your system. After that, you also need to have the DHT11 node palette. Just type DHT11 and you just need to install this. Okay, so these 2 node palettes are necessary to make this project make this project work on your system as well. Great. After installing these 2, you are ready to configure this particular flow. Okay, just double click on it. First of all, you need to provide your MQTT broker. It can be a cloud MQTT broker, but in this project, as I'm using my Raspberry Pi board as MQTT broker, on which I've installed the Mqtt MQTT broker. Hey, if you don't know how to install Mqtt MQTT broker on your Raspberry Pi board, do watch out one video in which I have guided in like step-by-step manner about how to install the Mqtt MQTT broker on your Raspberry Pi board. Its link is also in the I button as well as the description. Okay, so do watch that video out. So once you install that MQTT broker, your IP address, the local IP address of your Raspberry Pi board will act as the broker. Okay, so how to add that local IP address? For that, you just need to click on add new MQTT broker and click on this pencil icon. Here you can name your MQTT broker according to your choice. I will name it as Mqtt. Okay, now here you need to type the local IP address assigned to your Raspberry Pi board. Okay, in my case it is 192.168.15.95. After that, in the security, you need to provide the username and password, and this is optional in some of the cases. See, in Mqtt MQTT broker, we have a choice. We can either provide these credentials or we can't. If we don't want, we don't provide those credentials. Okay, so in case you have provided the credentials, you have to type those credentials here. Okay, in my case, the credentials are Sachin and password is techiesms. So I have provided this. That's it. Just click on the add button and that broker is successfully added onto your Node-RED dashboard, okay, or Node-RED web interface. After that, select the server. Now you need to define the topic on which you want to send the data. Okay, so in my case, as I'm using two different boards, like one is the ESP32 board, another is the NodeMCU board. What I did is every appliance is connected with this ESP32 board. I just put it under device 1 topic, and every appliances and sensor connected to the ESP8266 board, I put it under device 2 topic. Okay, so the first device is the ESP32. So to control the relay 1 attached to the ESP32 board, I have made a topic called as device 1/relay 1. Similarly, for relay 2, I have provided device 1/relay 2/relay 3/relay 4 and so on. Okay, so 4 devices, 4 relays connected to the ESP32 board. The addresses are this, and the 4 devices, the 4 relays connected to the ESP8266, the NodeMCU board, the addresses are this, like device 2/relay 2. Okay, so this topic is defined by me, and the same topic is defined inside the Arduino code as well. So I will suggest you to keep this addresses same in both the cases. Don't change it out. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. This is all about the how to send the data using the MQTT broker on using Node-RED dashboard. And yes, inside this switch node, I'm just sending the data 1 on and 0 for off. That's the simple thing I'm using. Okay, I don't think I need to explain it in much detailed manner. Okay, now we are left with how to receive the data coming from the ESP8266 board, like the DST sensors data. For that, what you have to do is you have to define the topic, or rather you don't need to change anything. I have defined the topic, just keep it as it is. The topic is device 2/temp because the NodeMCU board is attached to the the DST sensor is attached to the NodeMCU board, which is the device 2 in our case. So I just put the address of temperature is device 2/temperature, and the humidity is the address or the topic of the humidity is device 2/humidity. Okay, and here I put 2 gauge to display that, you know, sensors data. So that's pretty much it. This is the whole complete flow for our project. You just need to click on the deploy button, and when I go to the dashboard, as you can see, we got a lovely dashboard. So this is for the ESP32 tab, the 4 switches, and we also have the ESP8266 tab in which we have 4 switches along with the 2 sensors gauge. So we are done with the Node-RED configuration, like everything about the Node-RED. Now we are left with the coding part, right? The coding part of the NodeMCU board, the coding part of the ESP32 board as well. So in this, I won't be explaining you in detailed manner, like rather I didn't explain that Node-RED part also in detail. Similarly, I won't be explaining that a coding part in detail. It's because I have explained this code as well as I have explained how to make that complete flow from scratch in detail in very simplistic manner for my members only. So in case you want to understand this whole code and how I made that complete flow, like node by node, how I made the connections, if you want to learn everything from scratch in detailed manner, I will suggest you to join techiesms membership, in which I'm running a series of making complete home automation system from scratch, and those videos I'm explaining all the topics in very detailed manner and simplistic manner as well. So go ahead, click on the join button and join the techiesms membership if you want to understand everything in detail. And as this is a project video, I will keep it very short, clear, cut to the point. I will let you know what changes you need to make inside the code to make this project work on your side. Great. So This is the code for the ESP32 board, which is the device 1, if you remember. Okay, so first of all, the relay pins are defined, which are the pins I have defined according to the PCB design. Okay, so those are the pins. You can change it if you are not using the PCB and making your own project. You can just change the numbers according to your choice. Okay, after that, here are the 5 things that you need to change for your project. First is that SID name and password. Now remember, you need to provide the SID name and password of your Wi-Fi router in which the Raspberry Pi board is connected with. As this whole project is working in a local area connection, you need to provide the credentials of that same Wi-Fi router. Okay, after that, you need to provide the local IP address assigned to your Raspberry Pi board, which will be acting as the MQTT server. Okay, after that, in case you have provided the credentials to your MQTT broker, make sure you provide the credentials here. Okay, in case you haven't provided, just delete this and leave it as it is. Okay, that's pretty much it. I suggested to not to change this topic, just keep it as it is, because otherwise it will become complicated if you don't understand the MQTT logic. Okay, just keep these addresses as it is, don't change it if you're using the same flow which I have used. That's pretty much it. This code will be straight away uploaded to the ESP32 board, and let's observe the code for the ESP8266 board. Okay, the previously was ESP32, now ESP8266. First of all, the relay pins are defined according to this PCB design. The DST pin is defined according to this PCB design. After that, these 5 credentials are same that we have provided in the previous code, and the addresses will remain the same as I already said. Now these addresses are for sending or controlling the relays, but what about the addresses for sending the sensors data? Those addresses are defined at the end of the code, which is this. For temperature, it is device2/temp. For humidity, it is device2/humidity. Okay, so that's pretty much it about the Node MCU code as well. So now I will straight away upload both the codes onto the different boards. And after that, what I will do, I will connect the appliances with the PCB project. And in the end, I will let you know this project, or I will let you know how this project worked in action. See you on the other side. So as you can see, I'm able to control the appliances connected to the ESP32 board project using the Node-RED dashboard. Along with that, I'm also able to control the appliances connected to the Node MCU board from this Node-RED dashboard onto the ESP8266 tab. And not only that, I'm also able to monitor the sensors data live on my smartphone onto the Node-RED dashboard. So this was the complete home automation project that we made using the MQTT protocol, using the Node-RED, using the Mqtt MQTT broker on a Raspberry Pi board. Remember, this project is working in local area connection only. You won't be able to access this from outside the local area network. It won't be able to control via internet, in short. Okay, so yeah, that was the project. I hope you find it interesting. I hope you got to learn a couple of new things from this video. If it is so, consider liking this video, and also let me know in the comments which was the one thing that you learned new from this video, which you were not at all knowing it before. Do let me know your suggestion, your comments, your feedback in the comments. Comments are very, very important. Yeah, do comment below. The last video was a big disaster. Like, I didn't get even 1,000 views till now. Okay, so do comment this video, comment below the video, because the YouTube algorithms understand the likes and comments only. So if there are more likes and more comments, YouTube will promote it way more far to other peoples out there on the internet. Okay, so do comment below your thoughts, suggestion. One more thing, as I already stated before, if you want to understand everything in detailed manner, do join techiesms membership. It will not only help me by paying the bills of the studio, but it will also help you to understand everything in much detailed manner. That being said, ending this video here and now. Just wait for my next video to explore, learn, share with me, techiesms.